Well, Concord got shut down. September 6th is when Concord shut its servers after a disastrous launch. But the thing is, I already made my thoughts on video about it when the game first came out, and I was going to release it the other day before the news came out. So that's why I'm making a new intro, and I will still play my review in this video, as the video still contains my views on the game. So, enjoy. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Justin's Quest, and today's quest is talking about and uncovering what is Concord. Concord. Concord has had a weird time leading up to its release. I remember it was first announced during a PlayStation showcase, and it was underwhelming to see yet another live service game during that showcase. So this did not make it easy for Concord. Before the open betas, we got our first proper reveal of the game and gameplay in the form of yet another underwhelming cinematic trailer, and a disappointing gameplay reveal trailer. People naturally weren't excited for another hero shooter game in an already crowded genre. I saw many comments saying that it looked too generic, that it was copying Overwatch, which I wouldn't fully disagree, and other comments such as just go and play Guardians of the Galaxy because it looks like a ripoff, rather than playing this crap. So naturally, I was super skeptical about it. Even I thought that it looked too generic and didn't stand out. Then, I played the betas. Yes, both of them. I thought that the $40 price point was ideal for a live service title from PlayStation, and it reminded me of Helldivers 2. So I wanted to try the beta twice to see if I wanted to keep my pre-order or cancel it. And I have to tell you, I actually really like the betas, and I was excited for the full release because I saw many potential. Concord is a 5v5 multiplayer live service first-person hero shooter game from Fire Rogue Studios. This is our new hero shooter in a market that is already crowded. Does Concord stand out? It kinda did to me, but not to the mass audience, as it didn't even crack 1000 players on Steam. It got less than 700 players, which is a shame because this game, I have to tell you, is really fun. Concord features engaging gameplay, a pretty good roster of heroes, and satisfying progression system. Okay, let's talk about the gameplay. Concord is a first-person shooter, which naturally all you will be doing is shooting, and it feels super satisfying when those hits land and take down other players. The closest game I can compare it to is Destiny and a little bit of Call of Duty. All your heroes get a primary weapon and some get secondary weapons. They also get 2 abilities and a dodging mechanic. I would say the gameplay feels generally same even if its heroes have different kinds of weapons. This aspect is a positive and a negative for me, as it can make all heroes seem similar and easier to get into, but it also makes them not stand out apart from few exceptions. You have your health bar, like every shooter does, and you need to heal yourself either from health recovery points scattered across the map or from medical heroes. The map layout is quite good, and most of the directions will lead you into the battles and keep you engaged. Concord features some game modes which are Area Control, which is your classic domination style mode where you have to secure an area to win the game, Cargo Run, a no respawn mode where you have to retrieve a cargo and extract it at one of the zones, Clash Point, another no respawn mode where you can win the round either by taking out the rivals or completing the objective, Takedown, a classic team deathmatch mode where you just have to kill the rival crew members, and Trophy Hunt, a mode in which, to win it, teams need to collect rival crew members' bounty cards after taking them down. Now, let's talk about the heroes. There are 16 heroes in the game and more will be added for free in the future. The current roster has some standouts to me. Do, I hope I'm pronouncing that name right, a medic character with a burst rifle, Lennox, an alien with a revolver, Itzy, who can teleport and carries an SMG, and my main hero, Tio, a ranger with an assault rifle. Those are the characters that I have played most with, and I try others here and there. The overall character designs are really well done, and I would say some are really cool, especially the character, Jabali. But I do understand people who don't find them interesting, which happens to be one of the main criticisms of this game. Each hero gets their own progressions, which can unlock various skins and cosmetics, like keychain for your gun, different colors, and an accessory to put on your bag. And that is something I don't get, because you can only see the accessory like 90% of the time. The only time you can view that accessory is either when you dodge, which the game goes from the first person mode to third person mode, or at the character customization menu. I'm guessing it is meant to be viewed by other people, but still, it is quite pointless. How is the progression in the game? I would say the progression is your standard live service progression system with daily, weekly and seasonal quests to gain XP. You can also gain XP through matches which will level you up and give you a cosmetic item. These can be rewarding as there are some cool items like different skin colors and keychains. On top of that, you get variants for some of your heroes, which duplicates your heroes with different abilities, and you can customize your roster setup including these variants. There will be specific quests you have to complete with a specific character to unlock their variant. At the moment I'm recording the video, the variant of this week is Theo, which is my main character. As these variants quests require for you to play with specific characters, I think this is a good way to learn and play with new heroes, where you wouldn't even think about playing with them. But it can also be a negative as it might not interest some of the players. There's a narrative and a story to the game that is told through cutscenes, and these cutscenes are going to be released weekly, which I think is quite ambitious. This way you can see the heroes' interactions with one another, and I actually like this because their chemistry and friendship is literally non-existent throughout the game, as they don't talk with each other at all. The game has lore as well, and you can view it through a menu in the game, and I think it's a neat feature if you're interested in this universe. You also get XP for reading the lore. I know it's not a lot, but still, it feels rewarding to read them. Okay, overall, Concord is fun, but there are some downsides to it. Personally, some heroes have uninteresting designs compared to other ones who stand out. The game has good graphics, but most of the maps are not good to look at. There isn't a single map that is memorable to me. The progression is good, but there are many unnecessary cosmetics, and the chemistry between the characters could improve. Maybe you could make them say unique dialogues whenever you start the game. They are supposed to be a team, and I don't feel it. I would say Concord is a good time and is worth playing. Even if it's not a lot, there are still players playing this game, and matchmaking can take up to 1 minute, but you can still find matches. It's sad to admit it, but if this game wants to have legs for the long run, it needs to go free to play. And even then, it is a big maybe if the player count will rise. I will probably play this alongside Fortnite as my live service game until Marvel Rivals comes out this December. So, overall, my score for Concord is 7.5 out of 10. Okay everyone, I just want to take some time talking about what the future holds for Concord and PlayStation's live service strategy. I believe that Concord is done, but there seems to be some future for it according to what has been said on the PlayStation blog. Quote, however, while many qualities of the experience resonated with players, we also recognize that other aspects of the game and our initial launch didn't land the way we had intended. Therefore, at this time, we have decided to take the game offline beginning September 6, 2024 and explore options including those that will better reach our players. End quote. This to me indicates that PlayStation Firewalk Studios will evaluate everything that has been happened, and the game might come back as a free-to-play title with improvements in the future. But I don't think Concord will come back. The name alone has a bad taste among gamers now. Being free to play might get some players back, but it is a lost cause at this point. And don't be surprised if we hear the news of the game's cancellation and the studio shutting down. It is sad, and I feel bad for all the people that has worked on this game and the gamers like me who supported this title. At least we are getting a refund, but will the developers get something in return for the past 8 years of this game's development, other than getting laid off, remains to be seen. PlayStation's live service strategy so far is a big hit and a big miss, that being Helldivers 2 and obviously Concord. I understand why PlayStation tried to get into live service business because that was the trend. And I'm using the word was because the modern era doesn't want a generic looking hero shooter where you have to pay $40 while you can get better options for free. The failure of Concord will affect future live service plans for PlayStation, and I am worried what will happen to Fair Games and Marathon. But PlayStation's DNA is single player games, and I'm sure the success will continue in that area. And what will happen remains to be seen. If you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe to my channel, as your help and support will really help my channel. So, what do you think of this news about Concord? Did you even buy the game? And if so, what are your thoughts? Let me down below, and I'll see everyone on the next video.